Hello, hi, good morning to all. Welcome to the class. We will be continue the organization chapter. Previous class we were discussing formal organization. As we all know, formal organization is nothing but established by some set of rules and regulations. Today, we will be discussing informal organization. Informal organization, it is not established deliberately in any management. It is built by spontaneously or like-minded people established cup of coffee or couple of the days with the same needs and wants fulfilling among the employees is called as a informal organization. For instance, informal organization helps to fulfill the social needs, psychological needs of the employees within the formal organization. That's why we are established the informal organization. For example, in any areas, they are interested to establish the citizen forum for the sake of fulfilling the social needs of the within the areas. Likewise, examples of the informal organization, clubs, social organizations. So now let us know the introduction of the informal organization. Interaction among people at work gives rise to a network of social relationship among employees. Through frequent interaction and communication, people tend to form social friendly groups to satisfy their social needs. For example, cricket club or drama groups. All these are groups examples of the informal organization. For the sake of fulfilling the social needs or psychological needs, spontaneously it will create is called as a informal organization. And now let us discuss the definitions of informal organization. An informal organization is an aggregate of interpersonal relationship without any consequent purpose but which may contribute to joint result. So, informal organization is an aggregate of interpersonal relationship without any purpose but which may contribute to joint result. Informal organization, there is no standard rules and regulations or any specific objectives, but it will help to fulfill the among the employees' needs and wants, contribute the efforts to achieve their needs and wants within the informal organization. And now let us discuss the features of the informal organization. Formal organization clearly defined some of the goals and objectives from the top level management to subordinates. There is some rules and regulations. Here, there is no rules and regulations. All the people actively participate for the sake of fulfill their needs and wants end of the day. That's why it is also consist some of the features. Number one, it organizes from within the formal organization due to interaction among employees. Informal organization established within the formal organization, interaction among the employees, because they are willing to fulfill their social and psychological needs for establishing this type of informal organization. It is also one of the features of the informal organization. For example, in a formal class, students they will making many informal groups for the sake of fulfilling their needs, are making activities in their convenient. So that's why it is one of the features of informal organization. And second one, the standards of behavior derives from group norms. In a formal organization, there is a procedure, some set of rules and regulations. Based on that, we will performing a functions in a formal organization. But here, there is no standard norms. Based on the group people behavior itself, fulfilling or actually participate the activities in any number of the member of the groups. And next one, communication is free and independent. Communication is free and independent. In formal organization, we maybe receive the order from the top level management, being a subordinate. We are performing the function, what they are saying, the rules and regulations. This is the formal way in a formal organization. But here, there is no that type of hierarchy in informal organization. Communication is free and independent. There is no formal flow of the communication in informal organization. Based on the group members, they are freely communicate and sharing the ideas without any directions. And next one, it has no definite structure of form. Next one, it has no definite structure of form. In formal organization, there is no proper structure or proper rules and regulations. In a formal organization, we may be aware of the who is report to whom or how to assign the work. These are all the rules and regulations by itself formal organization arise. But here there is no definite structure of the form. And next one, it emerges spontaneously and not created deliberately. It is not deliberately created by any management in formal organization. It is created spontaneously, what I said earlier. Cup of coffee or couple of the days with the mutual understanding of the sharing and caring among the employees, it will build. So these are all the features of the informal organization. Now let us move the advantages of the informal organization. To provide a sense of belongingness, and gives due respect to social and and psychological needs. One of the advantages from the informal organization, it provides a sense of belongingness. What we require among the group of the employees, we may be performing a functions for the sake of fulfilling the group needs and wants. It is advantages of the informal organization. And next one, it provides the necessary environment for individual creativity and innovation. In formal organization, they are not allow the employees to performing or using their talent because they are forming the some rules and regulations are guiding the some principles. Based on that, we have to do the work in a formal organization. In informal organization, there is no need to maintain any rules and regulations for the sake of or during a process doing in any employees. That's why it is also one of the advantages, individual creativity and innovations. Informal organization allow the employees show their talents and give the platform to the performing their own way for the sake of fulfilling the needs and wants of the group of people. And next advantages, it contributes to fulfillment of goals, promoting the feeling of cooperation among employees. It is helps to build the relationship among the employees and fulfilling the needs or goals of the employees. These are all the advantages of the informal organization. And next, we will move to the disadvantages of informal organization. Number one, it opposes the policy changes management. It opposes the policy and changes of management. Informal organization by and large, it is not stick on any rules and regulations. So, it is opposed the set of rules and regulations. But when we are not binding any rules and regulations, we maybe lose the credibility of the organization. That's why we are calling it is a disadvantages of informal organization. And next one, informal organization structure spreads rumors. So when informal organization not consist strong rules and regulations, it may be create some rumors. And next one, it generally prefers status quo, existing work routine. It is not accessible or acceptable changes in management because it is always like routine work and it will maintain the status quo in working process. That's why it is also another disadvantages of the informal organization. And next one, it gives importance to individual interest as compared to the organizational interest. Compared to the organizational interest, it will give the importance to the individual interest. It is also another disadvantages of the informal organization. Informal organization. But in a formal organization, we can't able to taking a quick decision. But in informal organization, we may be taking a quick decision because we need not to waiting for orders or suggestions from the top level management. So these are all the disadvantages of the informal organization. Previous session and this session we were discussing the formal and informal organization. So next class we will be discussing what are the difference between formal organization and informal organization based on some factors.